Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quivz here. Quivz does stuff. Today I am going to be playing Space Engineers, which, as the title would suggest, is one of the best voxel games I've ever played, if not the best. I struggle to think of a better one. I would actually put 7 Days to Die in that list as well, because I think that's also excellent. But I don't know, I reckon Space Engineers probably beats it. I'm going to be playing one of the scenarios today, which is actually something I've never done, despite the fact that I've owned this game since close to its early access release in 2014. So this game's like 7 years old now. It's still fantastic. Graphically, it still looks amazing. It's has excellent gameplay if you like the survival crafting sort of concept. But before we do any of that, I'm actually going to play with some of the graphics settings, because way back when I first got this game, you could crank the graphics to the point where it would play like a slideshow, like 1 frame a second. I just want to see what my current day hardware does, which might entail a few restarts. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to play with the graphics settings a bit before I go any further. I'm also playing a little bit with the sound mix, because the music and stuff in this game can be pretty loud on the menu, so I've sort of turned it down, but then I'll have to turn it back up during gameplay. We'll see what happens. Yes, it's pretty loud music. So let's turn that down even further, because that's really loud. That's a bit, that's about even. I'll tell you what, let's turn it down even instead. It is turned down. Wow, that's really loud. Alright, let's turn it right down. I don't mind too much if the game sounds are really loud, because they should be, like they are. That's sort of half of their point. My voice audio seems to be really soft. I don't know why that is. It's normally louder than that. Might turn the gain up on my microphone just a little bit and see if that assists things in any way, shape or form. But normally, tap, tap, tap. Yeah, I should be peaking out a bit higher than that. I don't want it to get too distorted. We'll try that. We'll see. We'll leave it there. I won't go any further. Alright, let's play with the graphics settings and see what we can do. So yeah, quality preset to high, but you'll notice a lot of these have an extreme option. Some of them. So let's see what happens. We crank things a little bit further. Shadow quality to extreme. Ooh, that's pushing it. Field of view, I tend to leave flares. No, I don't want to change that. Grass view distance. I might actually leave that. That doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's really these ones that I want to see what happens. Do I have to do a restart? It doesn't look like I have to do a restart, because it hasn't loaded anything yet. This is just the intro video. So yes, if you've never played this before, it is a voxel game, it is a crafting game, it is technically a survival game. You don't need food and water, you need oxygen. Without oxygen, you die. And you actually have to get oxygen in different ways. This is, I assume, the intro scenario. Learning to survive. It should teach you all the basics of the game. One of the achievements for the game is to play through the first scenario, so I assume it's this one. And I've never done it before, so we're going to give it a go. You know what, actually instead, because I'm testing graphical settings first, I might load my current save game. I haven't gotten very far, but I've been playing for a little while and I've, done a few things. I'm established on an Earth-like planet. I have found most of the major resource ores that I'm going to need, and I've established a basic base with a refinery and an assembler and so on and so forth. If you've never played before, all of this will be just alien jargon to you, but suffice to say they are the basics of the actual game. You will notice Space Engineers takes a long time to load. It's not a quick loading game. It is loading some extremely complex geometry and physics, and it's a voxel world, which means everything in it is destructible. And in this case, it's an entire solar system, like the star and the planets are all present. There are other sorts of worlds, like just asteroid worlds, where it's just like an infinite asteroid belt. Planetary systems are the other standard one. I think those are the only two worlds at the moment. There is also an empty world in which there's nothing. That's good for creative, if you just want to experiment with the creative mode. Experimenting with the creative mode in just an empty world is kind of boring because a lot of the game systems sort of come with interacting with physical bodies, the actual voxels. So I feel that even though, okay, yes, there's an empty world for creative that makes it kind of easy, you're better off just creating a little asteroid belt world to experiment with in creative. And you can do all these things in the game. You can modify save games once they're created. Alright. So that's an increased graphical, and that still appears to be playing pretty well. I don't actually have an FPS meter up. I might just bring up Microsoft Game Bar quickly and give that a quick look and see what we're doing frames wise. Yeah, I'm still getting, 80, 90 frames per second. So I guess, yeah, the fact that this game is now a little bit older than it used to be means it still works really well. So it seems to be fine. Alright, go back to the main menu, won't bother to save. It'll take a while to unload the game as well. I'm still not happy with my microphone. Something is definitely happening with my microphone. Why does it look so soft? What is going on with my filters? No, they all look like they are where they should be. Of course I don't know, because until I play this video back I can't tell what sort of audio levels I'm getting, but I'm pretty sure my mic kind of tops out higher than this normally. So I don't know what's happened. Let me check if Windows has decided to lower my microphone volume again, because I was using Microsoft Teams to play Dungeons & Dragons not too long ago, so maybe it's that's messed things up. I believe that has happened before. It has, so. Right, that should make a difference. Good old Microsoft, playing with things it shouldn't be playing with. Okay, so that's back to normal, so now I can turn the gain down on my microphone, and that should bring us back into the normal range, and I apologize for anyone who couldn't hear me at the beginning of the video. So let's do it again. This is Space Engineers. It's been out since 2014, early 2014 I believe. They have celebrated their 7 years already. It is a voxel based crafting survival game. The survival is not the standard food-water affair. It is, in fact, a oxygen affair, because this is space. So it's all about finding and maintaining oxygen levels and energy levels, because you need electricity to do everything within the game. It's massive. It's a really exceptional game. It is, in my opinion, the best voxel game I've ever played. I'm still trying to consider whether there is a better voxel game, but no, I can't think of one. So I think it's this. And today what we're going to be doing in Space Engineers is we're going to be playing the Learning to Survive scenario, which I have never actually played. Despite the fact that I've been playing this game for forever. Let me just turn Microsoft Game Bar back off. Despite the fact that I've been playing this game for forever, well, not forever, since it came out, on and off. I don't, play it every day since it came out. These scenarios, I don't know when they came out, and I don't think I've ever done them. I might have tried this Learning to Survive one once for like a half hour, and then gone, and gone back to the custom games where, you can just start on a planet, start on a big asteroid, start in an empty solar system. There's all these other extra things you can do. There's also Workshop. I haven't downloaded anything in the Workshop, but I believe there's a whole bunch of good ones. I've never done any of them, and I've never finished the scenario, and there's an achievement for finishing the scenario. And it's bugging me that I don't have that achievement, so today we're going to give the starting survival scenario a go. I assume there will be a fair bit of hand-holding, and this will actually teach you how to play the game, which is probably good for the first video. I don't know whether this will be a series of videos, but I'm into Space Engineers at the moment, so I'm going to be playing it, so I might as well stream it or record it and upload it. So this might be a good video for anyone who's never played Space Engineers and is interested in the mechanics and the concepts of the game to actually watch, because should be a proper introduction. As I said before, but probably when you couldn't hear me because, damn it, Windows taking control of my microphone without telling me like that. It's not right. It's not on. You're not supposed to do that. Anyway, It takes a long time to load because it is a load in a very complex world, but once you are in, if you have a reasonable computer, it plays really well. The game is from 2014, and it played pretty good on mediocre systems in 2014. Oh, cool. It saved my my spacesuit. I have a cool spacesuit because, like I said, I've been playing this for a long time, and part of that is that I've actually managed to collect a bunch of cool stuff over the years, and some of that is my spacesuit. How do I... Is it Alt? Yeah. My helmet from my spacesuit is actually a spacesuit because I also own Medieval Engineers, made by the same company, Keen Software House. Medieval Engineers, however, has been, I wouldn't say abandoned, but closed. They've decided not to continue its development at the moment. They are concentrating on Space Engineers. They are, I believe, close to an Xbox release. I don't think it's out yet, but it's coming. Yeah, it's an exceptionally good game, and look, I don't blame them for not splitting their time between Medieval Engineers and Space Engineers. It's a great idea, Medieval Engineers, and I hope that one day they do get back to it. Perhaps the company grows and they can expand and have a dedicated team to both games, and they can, you know, start doing it again. But for the time being, they are concentrating on Space Engineers and its releases. I prefer first-person perspective just because it makes a lot of the game easier. Right. So now all these little yellow flags, I think I have played this, are tasks. And each task sort of teaches you about what you need to do. So let's have a look at hydrogen and oxygen. Right. So in the top left, you can sort of read there what it's telling me to do. You need power, a working conveyor connection between the H2O2 generator, as well as a survival kit and ice in the H2O2 generator. Replenish your oxygen, add a survival kit. Well, this is the survival kit over here. To recharge and heal, you just press F on the display. You notice it's highlighted in yellow. Right. Oh, so it's not working because this is a conveyor tube, and this conveyor tube is not completed. So I need to repair this. So I need more small steel tubes, some motors, and some interior plates. So in the bottom right, you can see the components required to finish construction of this conveyor tube. So I think maybe I'm supposed to be doing the survival kit one first. So let's do the survival kit one and see what happens. No, I can't override the one that I've already got in going. So let's see if I can make. Apparently I can't. So we'll just dig some rock because I know how the survival kit works. Let's make a hole. This is where part of the voxel of the game comes in. So the environments are completely destructible. So all this rock, as well as all of these bits of the actual space station too. So a survival kit is a bit different to most of the other construction refining things you will use, in that it runs basically off stone. Everything else doesn't run off stone. And it just makes these four basic things. It can make gravel, it can make iron, Fe, nickel, and silicon. Let's see, now what did I need? I needed motors. Oops. 3 small tubes, 6 motors, and 4 interior plates. I've already forgotten what that is. Some motors, some interior plates. Let's just do that, and... Oh, I can't make small tubes in this. Is there a cargo container? There is. What's in the cargo container? Aha! So I'm not actually supposed to be making stuff because there's a cargo container here full of stuff that I need. Alright. What do you mean I need more interior plates? Oh, I accidentally picked up computer components instead of interior plates. Right. Now I should be fine to recharge My oxygen and hydrogen. Right. Yes, you can put oxygen bottles. So not only can you recharge your storage tank on your spacesuit from these machines, you can actually find bottles inside, there we are, oxygen and hydrogen bottles. And they will automatically recharge you a little bit if you run out. Alright. Yeah, so there's also a generic good.bot, which will run you through the basics of the game continuously anyway, but it's not guided like this scenario is. So let's try and continue with this. Okay, survival kit can produce small amounts of ingots from stone, produce basic components from ingots, allows you to recharge energy as well as health, and allows you to respawn. Everything you need to get started. So it also wants me to just recharge. Cool, done that one now. Yes, alright, we've already done that because I did that one out of sequence. So what would be next? Task solar panels. Let's have a look at solar panels. Alright. Yep. So these are the solar panels. Repair the solar panels. So I need a few more things to repair the solar panels. Girders, solar cells, construction components, and some bulletproof glass. That will probably be in here, so let's grab the glass, the girders, the solar panels. That's probably all I can carry. Oh no, I can probably carry more. Construction components, there we go. So weight is a thing. Well, not weight, but volume. See, so it goes by liters. You can set the game to different amounts. So you can set it to 3 times realistic inventory size. Realistic inventory size is like tiny, but it literally means you can only carry what you can carry. It also has a mass. Now the mass tends to not make much difference unless you're actually in a gravity environment. This is a gravity environment because this is an artificial gravity generator here. Lots and lots and lots of stuff to explain in this game. I won't bother explaining all of it. Oh, I forgot computers. I need some computers. Oh, bang. Cool. There is fall damage, and there is speed damage. You don't just have to fall. Sometimes you can just be screaming along in a straight line and run into something and get hurt. The game does have a jetpack while in space. I will turn that on now and demonstrate. It also has dampers, so, you know, 360 degrees of motion. It has dampers. So what dampers do is when I go forwards and I let go of the button, it brings me to a stop automatically. You can turn those off, so I'll turn the dampers off now. I've let go of the button, but my character will just continue to move as if in regular 3-dimensional space. Your thrusters for the jetpack use hydrogen. It doesn't use a lot when you're in space. It uses a lot when you're within a gravitational pull like a planet. Amusingly, when you're in the artificial gravity envelope, it still doesn't use a lot. It's like once you actually leave the ground, it no longer actually cares that you're still in a gravity envelope anyway. It sort of ignores that fact for a bit. Just some weird, interesting things about the game. A lot of it is gameplay. So it's like, well, look, you're playing a game. At the end of the day, there's ridiculous realism, and then there's this just isn't fun anymore. Alright, let's have a look at the mining task. You can find ore inside asteroids and planets. Equip your drill. So that is number 3. This is my drill. Now when you get close to an ore, you'll actually see little markers appear on the HUD. So there's iron, there's ice over there under the reticle now. There's gold further away. Equip your drill to enable HUD markers, blah, blah, blah. Locate, drill, and pick up some iron ore. So it wants me to pick up some of this iron ore. Now, this is going to roll away because of the angle and the artificial gravity. So I'm actually going to dig down and sort of make a little pocket for it to come to rest in. Yeah, good. That way I don't have to worry too much about it rolling. Right, and now I've filled my inventory because I think I forgot to dump off all the... Yes, I did. Let's go pick up some more of that. You'll notice above my quick bar there is a blue bar. That is actually the size of your volume of your inventory. So there is no mass. Mass doesn't actually affect you. You can carry as much mass as you'd like. The volume is actually what makes a difference. The mass, however, does affect the energy requirements of certain other things. So, for example, if you're using a ship with thrusters to move up or down, the mass that that ship is carrying, including what you are carrying when you get on board the ship, will affect the efficiency of the thrusters. Pretty cool, though. Now, where do I put it? It doesn't tell me where to put it. I'm going to put it in here. I don't know if this is connected to a refinery or not. Don't know where the refinery is. Is there a refinery? If there is, that'll move on its own. It doesn't appear to be moving on its own, so maybe there isn't a refinery. Let's have a look. A survival kit. No, there isn't a refinery. Interesting. Alright. I believe this is the last task that's here. The next one is over there on that spaceship construction facility, so let's have a look. This is probably a big pre-made spaceship. Yes. Cool nanas. Find a way to unlock the landing gear through the consoles or use your grinder to destroy it. Note that turning it off will not unlock it. Disable the landing gear. Right, well that means we need to find... I want to open it, not... Alright. How do I... I'm sure there's a better way of doing that. How do you activate buttons again? Oh well. Right, this is an airlock, so I definitely want to close the doors behind me again. I think it's an airlock, I'm not actually sure. But it might be. No, there doesn't appear to be an air vent in here. Oh, yes, there is. So that was definitely an airlock, so yes. You don't want to waste air. Right, so from the pilot seat, I press V to get out. And then press P? Oh. Alright. So, I'm sure there's a button to just activate. Damn, oh well, I can't remember what it is. Could look it up, not going to bother doing that now. Why did it work that time? Oh. Right, click on the control panel, not the... Right, so to release this... So this is the control panel for every block. Controls for every block that's actually attached to all blocks that are attached to each other. So in this case, because these walkways are all attached, this entire system is all one big attached thing. I'm not sure if this is attached. It might be inside that rock, but anyway. So what I need to do is find this landing gear and turn it off. So there should probably only be one landing gear. There it is. And if I toggle it, unlock it. Right. The ship should now be flyable. Now this should be an oxygen environment. Let's see. Okay, in the bottom... Underneath my quick bar on the right side, you'll see O2 high and warm, so there is enough temperature. So I can actually open my helmet if I want. And I should be able to... Yep. Oh, apparently I'm playing as a female character. I didn't know that, but oh well, now I do. Not that it makes any difference because you never see your character. I mean, you do in multiplayer. Well, you don't. You see everyone else's. But yeah, anyway. Alright. Can now pilot the ship. I don't know where I'm supposed to be piloting it to or what for, but let's go over here. Now again, everything has mass. So the mass of this ship is shown in the bottom right. 95,847 kilograms, including whatever I'm carrying. It shows you the power reserves, how much power you're currently using, and how long those power reserves are going to last. So 2 days at my current output. If I start doing things like, let's say, accelerating upwards, if I was to do this for 51 minutes, the batteries would drain. The ship also has dampers. You can turn the dampers on or off. Assuming that it has thrusters in all 6 axes, it can use its dampers to slow its momentum in any direction and only progress in the one axis. You can turn all the engines off. That'll use no power. But now everything is off, so there's no air, there's no nothing. The air will remain within the area that I was in because there's nothing to let it out, but if I open that airlock, the air will reduce. But let's turn it on. There's no reason to have it off. And we will... I don't know why this is offline. Why is it offline? Doop-doobity-boo. Survival kit is off. Let's turn it on because it doesn't need to be off. I don't know why it was off. Apparently it was off. Right, so some air should vacate. Oh, my helmet's open. That was silly. Alright. But yeah, once the air that was in this room is gone, then it stops, of course, because these are airtight airlock doors. That's the whole point. So there is a task here talking about ship tools. Okay. So perhaps on the other side of the asteroid? I don't get it. Aha! Wow. How do I get in there? Ah, through here. Here we are. Useful utility ship here, but needs to be repaired. The required components are likely near current rotation. Restore power to the utility ship. Okay. So its batteries are broken, so I've got to find some batteries somewhere. Assembler. Hydrogen power generator. Toggle block on or off. Oh yeah. Okay, so if I toggle this on, this will charge the ship, I believe. Oh, cargo container, that's what I'm looking for. Still need some computers, some construction components, and some... Okay, so here's another thing that's worth looking at. So on the bottom right, it shows you the components required to build something, and how many of those components are in. So for example, there are 20 of 20 power cells, 2 of 2 construction components, and 5 of 5 steel plates. And you'll notice that it is functional, but it's not at its full construction. So that is the minimal. There's like the blue line and the red line. The blue line is the minimal level of construction you need to complete for the thing to actually work. It's not complete yet, and it won't have its full hit points, so to speak, because everything is destructible in this game, so, you know, it doesn't have its full hit points. But it works. The red line, the hack line, that is actually the level below which, if you deconstruct something below that point, you can then take control of it. So if something doesn't belong to your faction, which is more important in multiplayer in some certain scenarios, I guess not this one so much. If you want to actually take control of something, you have to deconstruct it below the hack point and then reconstruct it above the hack point again, and you will actually gain control of that thing. So for example, a airlock door might not open to you because you don't own it, you don't have control of it, you're not allied with someone that allows you to control it. You could destroy the door below the hack point and then reconstruct the door, and then you would actually be able to open that door because you have destroyed the ownership of the door by taking it below the hack point. You can then, of course, destroy it entirely by just continuing to destroy it. Basically, there's the two major tools for that is the welding torch, which is 1 on my quick bar. The grinder is your major deconstruction tool, which is 2 on the quick bar, and then there's 3, which is your drill for drilling ores out of rocks. But let's finish constructing this because it's better for it to have full hit points, just because. Best guess there's going to be one on this side. Yep, there we go. Cool. Now, once we enter the cockpit, do I have extra crap in my inventory? Because having extra crap in your inventory is just something you don't always want. Right. Ship tools. So, as you can have a grinder and a welding torch on your person, you can have ship grinders and welding torches. Alright, now I need to press P to turn off the landing gear, so let's do that. Repair or grind down the doors to escape. Alright, let's go with repair. So the doors are already in like a retraction phase, but because they were physically broken, until I repair them, they wouldn't retract. But now that I've retracted them, I can simply leave. Ship welders use components from the ship inventory. So yes, so this ship should have in its inventory a bunch of components here in the medium cargo container. That appears to be everything that this one wants to teach you about. This is a really nice little ship, though. I'm quite impressed. I don't know if it's relatively maneuverable. It's not the greatest, though. So much more of this I can actually finish construction. No, I've already run out of materials. Okay, so I mean, we could finish this little base, but let's we're not really here to do this. We're here to do the scenario. Now, there should be another ship here somewhere, shouldn't there? Where'd my other ship go? Oh, there it is. Interesting that that ship doesn't have a beacon on it. This one does. I don't know why this one doesn't. Alright, I'm going to take this back to the base platform just because. And I'm going to park it there somewhere. Whoa, this thing has a lot of mass. Does not slow down quickly at all. It might not have very many forward-facing thrusters. So it might accelerate very fast forwards because it's got 4 rear-facing thrusters. But it might only have like 2 forward-facing thrusters. Right, I'm going to now, assuming that this thing actually has landing gear, it does. 2 very flat landing gear. Yeah, see, there's only 2 forward-facing thrusters, so it doesn't brake very well. It accelerates well, and it's quite maneuverable in most other axes, but yeah, its brakes are pathetic. There we are, and now that is landed and locked. Now another thing I can do is I will turn the power off so I don't waste any of the power in this thing's batteries. It has this connector here which can actually be connected to, I don't think there's a connector on this thing, but anyway. And now I'm going to go and get the other ship and bring it back as well. Because, in fact, I'm going to reactivate this landing gear. Turn auto lock on. That means anything that comes too close to it will actually lock onto it. And then I should be able to, with care, navigate this ship close enough so that it will be grabbed by the landing gear. Fingers crossed, anyway. Alright, where is it? It's over there, isn't it? Yes. So again, careful with the acceleration because everything has momentum in this game. It is physics-based. It's extremely good in that respect. I'm very impressed with it. There are also other simulation things that you can do. So, for example, you can choose realistic sound effects, where while you're in space, nothing makes noise. While you're in an oxygen atmosphere, everything makes noise. So when there's no air, it's really quiet, and when there is air, it's really noisy. It's a neat little thing. All right, let's rotate our view so we can sort of see this better, because this is going to be quite a difficult little docking procedure that I'm trying to do here. Back a bit, back a bit. Cool. And then I'll turn the engines off for now. Oh, the problem with turning the engines off is I cannot open the doors because they are electronic doors. So that's not going to work. Oh yeah, now I'm just accidentally venting all the atmosphere. So yeah, so now this doesn't meet up quite as well as it did before because I'm not that good. I believe in this scenario thruster damage must be turned off because I normally turn thruster damage off. Again, it's a little realism thing that you can activate or deactivate, but if one was to walk in front of a thruster in the normal game, you'd get seriously hurt. It would also destroy and damage other blocks as well. Just realized I don't have, there we are, my stream, preview up so I can see what you can see. Right, what else have I got to do? Apparently there's a flag over there that I haven't done. Let's make sure I've got a full charge. Health is good. I have full oxygen and full hydrogen in my bottles. Let's go see what this is. So again, my dampers are off, so I just cruise without actually using any things. Okay, let's see what this is about. So even in places where there is no gravity, you have magnetic boots, so long as there is a wall or a floor to actually attach to, you will attach to it. Convenient. There's no lights in here. Luckily, your suit has lamps. Alright. Aha, I can turn on the lights in here with that button. Let's see what the task is. Alright. So a mining ship, but it needs to be repaired. The required components are likely near... so just like before. Once again, the mining ship is... Batteries are broken. Where are its batteries? Batteries, batteries. Alright, that's most of the power cells. Grab the rest of these components and see what else needs to be repaired on this ship, because it does look like some other things like thrusters and things are also damaged, but we'll see. Maybe they don't give you the components to repair those. I've still got a bit more stuff in my inventory. Yeah, that seems to have done the job. Short one thruster component, hey? I wonder if there's any thruster components around here anywhere. Doesn't look like it. I'll repair what else I can repair. It's everything I can see. There might be stuff underneath the ship that I can't see from my vantage point. There's no other cargo containers or anything here. No. Connector port. No, nothing special in there. Right. Oh. So there is artificial gravity in here. It's at 0.2 G. So when I jump, I glide a lot. Because, yeah, simulation. The gravity is simulated, but it's simulated well enough for a video game. It's good. Alright, let's hop in. Once again, select the drills as my currently selected weapon, unlock the landing gear, find a way to escape with the mining ship. Why do I get the feeling I'm supposed to drill my way out? Alright, for any drill there's actually two modes. There is a collect ore mode, left click, and a make a tunnel mode, right click. The make a tunnel mode doesn't collect ore, it doesn't create ores. You saw when I was using the hand drill, the ores fell to the ground and I had to collect them manually. Well, for large ship drills, that isn't what applies. For large ship drills, instead... Oh wow, that was pretty cool. For large ship drills, the drills themselves actually collect the ore into the ship's inventory. So if I look in the ship's inventory, there should be some stone, because when I first started I left-clicked, and then later on when I continued I right-clicked, because I was just making a tunnel. But there you go, that's how you make that. Construction facility platform, there it is. This ship is now incredibly slow because of the mass of all the rocks in it. But yes, we will take this one back to our platform and land it as well. Just have a look at the landing gear. Basically the same sort of landing gear. If you'd like to reset your view at any point, just hit V twice. It'll flick between first person and third person view. I don't need to be keeping these ships. I assume not. This tutorial scenario doesn't seem to care whether you do or don't. I just am because I'm neat that way. And they're already good, convenient ships. I don't have to build my own. Although building your own is half the fun of the game, I will admit. Trying not to crash land too heavily. Want to put it down very gently. Why have the landing gear not engaged? Ah, there we are. I don't know why my helmet was open. I don't remember opening that. Oh well. Might have done that by accident while I was trying to press another key. Okay. Can also turn this one's engines off because it doesn't need to be wasting electricity like that. Right. There was another task. It was near that mining outpost that I could see it from. So we'll go back towards the mining outpost. There it is. It's a construction platform, 4.92 kilometers away. So we'll accelerate to full speed, turn our dampers off, and glide over there. So now I can, like, you know... Ah, there's a random ship. Unknown signals. That's actually how you get the cool bits of armor and stuff. You can go and find these pods and these little pods that float through space randomly, and press a button on it and you get a random sort of roll, dice roll, as to whether you get something cool or not. Sometimes you get something you've already got, sometimes you get something new. And yeah, there are these random ships. There are... you can have an enemy faction in your game, and the enemy faction will try to kill you with drones and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different other kinds of enemies that you can add to your scenarios as well. Wow. Ah, so in this case I'm actually going to be building a ship. This should be kind of cool. Let's see how this one goes. Construction platform. Looks like there's enough materials to build your own ship. There's already a base to start from. Is there somewhere to recharge all my other stuff from? It doesn't look like it, but that's okay. I think we'll survive long enough. Ah, there is. Recharge. There's no oxygen here, which is a bit of a problem. Cryo chamber? So yeah, so if you're not... if it's a multiplayer game that's always on, you can put yourself in a cryo chamber where you use less O2 and energy while you're offline. Because otherwise your character will actually die. You'll come back and they'll have run out of oxygen and run out of energy and just cocked it. Which isn't the end of the world. You can always respawn. But, you know, if you don't have to, you don't have to. So use the cryo chambers. Right. Gonna need a bit of everything. I sort of think I know what they're trying to do here. So let's... Oh, add and weld a cockpit. Right. Oh dear. It's floating away. I can gently nudge it back to the ground. No, I can't. So it will just continue to float that way. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I might have to just wait until it comes to rest against something. But yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm sort of going to finish constructing any... There we go. Just whatever I can finish constructing first. Add as much materials to everything else first. See what there is. A bit disorientating being upside down, but oh well. Get used to it. Right, we don't need any more of those. I think I'm done with those for now. I need to pick up more of those. Probably more of that. What else is involved in construction of thrusters? I think computers. Try and finish all these thrusters. Alright, I know it wants me to do the cockpit, but having half-finished components hanging around the middle of a ship is problematic. Because you can't get back in there to fix it later. So, better to fix it now and we'll come back to it afterwards. We'll do the cockpit afterwards. Right, that should be enough. Now, for a cockpit, I'm pretty sure it is going to be steel plates, construction components. I know there's some displays involved There's definitely some glass involved. Probably some computers. Let's see how we go with that. Right, so this is all the blocks. So all blocks, a lot of blocks will have this plus next to it. What that actually means, so for example, if I go to 4, this is your basic block. But if I scroll, I can actually get all the other variants of that basic block. Then you need to learn how to rotate the blocks. In the top right, you can actually see the rotational sphere indicators, so it tells you how to do it. So if I press delete, the block will rotate that way. If I press page down, the block will rotate that way. End, home, insert, page up. Simple enough. It takes a bit of getting used to, but it is about the best way one could do it. Like, I can't think of a better way to do it. People are like, oh, you could have done it with like modifier keys and the scroll wheel. Yes, you could, but it was actually more cumbersome. I tried using alternating the shortcuts and doing it that way, and it was worse. It really is better to just use those keys. It does require you to have those keys on your keyboard, and I believe not every keyboard has those. Like if you don't have a numpad on your keyboard, you might not have those. You might not have arrow keys as well. But you can always change those shortcuts by rebinding. But yeah, okay, so what we're looking for is okay, so there's also progression. I don't know whether this is a progression locked version by the looks of things, or is it? No, it's not. There are expansions. If it's got this little symbol here, that means it's a DLC that I don't own. The DLC is not pay to win. The DLC gives you no advantage in a multiplayer scenario where PvP is enabled. It is alternates. Everything that is contained within the DLCs are alternate looks for different things. Sometimes they take up different space requirements and that, but the actual original is normally the most efficient when it comes to space. It just doesn't necessarily look as cool. So that's fine. You know, they sell DLC. The DLC is not required to play the game. I don't even think the game is that expensive anymore. Like, it's not an expensive game. All right. So these are all the things. Normally in the progression, you will start and you will have access to only the base thing. So you would have to construct a basic assembler, and then having done that, it would give you access to a few more of these things. And then you would have to construct some of these basic things, and that would give you access to more things, and so on and so forth. But in this tutorial scenario, I guess they've just given you access to everything. So I am looking for cockpits. So I'll go to cockpit blocks, and I will put a basic cockpit on my quick bar. And then that will be selected. I can change sizes. So let's demonstrate with this. So this is a regular ship size block, station size block. But if I hit 4 again, I actually go to a small block, and that is what this is. So this is a small ship, and it's made of small blocks. So you can change that by simply hitting the number again. The cockpit doesn't have a large and a small version. Or does it? That does appear to be a different one, doesn't it? They're both the same size, though. So I don't know what the difference is. One of them doesn't have the conveyors next to the door. Doesn't matter. I'm going to put this one on the ship because that's the one I want. Right, rotate it to the orientation that I actually want. So I want to press home once and delete once. That's about where I want. I can also press P. Pick the color. Let's go on with a blue and white motif. Let's continue with that, and we'll make the cockpit white. I don't know whether it's picked a particular armor brand. I'm going to go with clean armor just because I can. Oh, now I have to rotate it again because I moved away. What am I looking for there? Page up? Yes. Bang. Right, you need at least the bottommost material. So in this case, on the very bottom of that list is steel plates. You need at least one steel plate, at least one of the bottommost material, to place the base framework of the thing you wish to construct. And then by having the rest of the components in your inventory and using the welder, you can construct the rest of it. I do need one motor. I did not realize I was going to need one motor. Didn't think you'd need a motor for a cockpit, but apparently you do. So I need one motor. Oh yes, shift clicking will transfer 100 of something. Control clicking will transfer 10 of something. Right click and drag allows you to select a custom amount. So it does have all of those inventory management things that you need. Alright, both my O2 and my energy is getting low. You do get warnings from the nice lady. So I will fly up here and grab a quick recharge. Although this will not give me oxygen because apparently this is not connected to oxygen systems up here. But I'm not too worried about that because I still have another oxygen tank in my... And you get like 4 or 5 charges out of an oxygen tank. Ooh, I'm surprised that didn't hurt, but oh well. Alright, weld thrusters in all 6 directions, right. Need another large steel tube for that one. I'm not just going to weld thrusters in all 6 directions. Hopefully there's enough actual material components here for me to construct it as intended. Or maybe not. Maybe they intend me to take it back to base and finish it off. We'll see how much... I mean, there is a lot of components here. So I'm going to make a few more thrusters. Just because. So, let's put 2 more on the back here. So, where are they? Thrusters. Thrusters, here we are. Ion thrusters is what I'm looking for. I don't want large ones, I want small ones, but you'll see it's got a plus on it, so I should be able to scroll to the little one, yes. Rotate that to where I want it. Press P to change the colour so I can match it to everything else on the ship. I'm going to go with a clean armour even if they weren't using that. It looks nice. And I can place 2 thrusters there and construct them. Now I think from the looks of things they were actually going to have 3 there, but I'm going to leave it at 2. Definitely need another up and down thruster, so we need one here. Perfect. I've got 1 left, 1 right. Got 2 up and down, so my strafing left and right is going to be weak unless I add more thrusters. But for now, we'll leave that alone. I've only got 1 forward-facing thruster, so my braking capacity is going to be dismal. So we'll add another one of those. So end. There we are. Right. Now the next thing they want me to add is a gyroscope. So what gyroscopes do is allow you to actually rotate the ship in any axis just by using the mouse cursor. And these are called... They've got a name. They're actually used in actual space travel. It's how things like the space station and the shuttles and stuff used to rotate. So what they are, they're actually a big spinning gyroscope. And there's kind of like a brake applied to it so that it normally it just spins freely, but when you sort of grab onto something that's spinning freely, it applies its momentum to the thing that grabbed it, and that thing will start to rotate in space in that direction. And that's sort of the principle of how they work. They have a special name, but I can't remember what they are. But yeah, anyway, look, they exist. They're a real thing. This game simply just calls them gyroscopes, I guess, for ease more than anything else. And it wants me to add one to the ship, so let's find one. There's a gyroscope, that's what they look like. Wants me to put one somewhere. Where's a good spot to put one? There, right there in the middle of that hole that looks like it's designed for it. So now the ship has full rotational control. We've already fixed the battery, so the game has skipped past that because there was a battery. Right. Add more armor to protect the vital parts of your ship. Well, that's... some people do it. I don't normally bother. Let's finish this weapon off since it's an option. I need the steel tubes as well, apparently. Let's grab that. Excellent. Now what else can we add to this ship that's worth adding to this ship? Not a lot. There's space and stuff on it, but none of this seems to be properly connected. You know what? Let's not bother. That is that part of this tutorial. If I wanted to, I could, and I'm going to, can now fly this ship back to my platform. So this is not nearly as complete or as good a ship as the previous one. Alright, so I need to remember there's this construction platform out there. Oh well, I don't have dampers off, so let's not turn around right now. And that, when I'm within range of that, it'll show me where the next things are. I hope I don't actually need this ship. I don't actually know, but I guess we'll find out. Alright, the brakes on this thing is terrible, so I should start slowing down now. Nope, definitely going to glide right past it. I can turn it around and use the actual rear thrusters to brake. That'll actually slow me down a lot faster because they are more powerful. Because there's 4 of them rather than just 2 of them. I mean, yeah, like I said, I could have added more thrusters and things because, you know, the parts were available. But no, let's move on with this tutorial scenario that I've never ever finished. I think I might have done the first 2 ships. I might have already done, because it feels familiar, the welding ship and the mining ship. I feel like I've done that before. Alright, turn my landing gear on, unlocked. I should be on auto lock now. There we go. I will turn the power off. Right. Now, was it the mining outpost? So if I head towards this mining outpost, there's that construction platform, and then if I head towards that, I should be able to see more tasks when I get closer, because that's where I was. Yeah, this game takes a while to get used to. There's a lot of controls to learn. Well, not a lot, but a fair few. They are almost entirely displayed on screen at any given time. Everything's contextual, so when you hover over something, it gives you the options, like every option that's there. Alright, task. I can't actually see what that is. Let's turn that to that. Task jump drives. Alright, let's not do jump drives just yet. Projectors. Projectors? I think projectors is probably what we want to do. And we'll do jump drives afterwards. Because activating the jump drive will take me far enough away from this that, you know, I might not be able to get back to finish the projectors scenario. So let's go and do the projectors one first, then we'll do jump drives. So jump drives were one of the more recent additions to the game. I say more recent, it's probably still like 3-4 years ago. But like I said, this game is 7 years old now. And yeah, one of the things was actually moving at pace through space. there is a maximum speed for everything. Oh, wow. There's combat as well. There are a lot of little scenarios in this thing, isn't there? I don't know how many more there is, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, there's a lot to do. The actual survival scenarios, especially if you just create your own survival scenario, they're a lot of fun too, because creating your own ships from scratch, having to actually find all the resources to put it all together. I haven't really been able to show you how assemblers and refineries work because they're not here, but I assume I'll probably be doing that in this projector scenario. Maybe? I guess we'll find out momentarily. Is it on this side of the ship? Rock it is. Alright, so I need to get in here. Is there a door that's open? There is. Alright. Is the power off? Power is off. Okay. There is power in the batteries. Why is this door not closing? Because it's broken, that's why. What about that one? That one can close. Cool. Alright. Task projectors. I guess it's this button. Automated construction facility. Projectors can be used to project saved blueprints of ships. So you can save a blueprint. You can create a ship and then save the blueprint. And then you can project that blueprint and then you can construct on the blueprint. Anyway, find a way to turn on the projector. Okay, well. Blah, 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 blah. Projector. On. There we go. So it's projected a little ship. Basic little design. Doesn't appear to have up or down. It's got down. Where it's up thrusters. Oh, there they are. Okay. Oh yes, I didn't mention, but so C is crouch. When space is up and crouch is down when free floating with a jetpack. Just for your information. Right. From which you can start building. The station welders can do most of the work for you. The welders use components available on station. Build the projection. Needs a connection with the blueprint from which you can start building. So I think that just means I need to build the first piece. Interestingly enough, I've never used a projector before, so this is new to me. I don't actually know what I'm doing. Some motors, some of those, some computer components, I believe. So yeah, this is new to me. How do I... Why can I not? Because this is not connected. Right, okay. There we are. Let's take some of that. Is that not enough? Now what? I'm just guessing here, but I think this might work. A motor and a computer. So I should, if I grab some motors and some computers. So why don't they do the rest of the work? Shouldn't they do the rest of the work now? Are they not on? Well, that's not actually what I wanted. Did I break it? What have I done? There we are. Pretty exceptional. Those welders just fully constructed a ship from nothing. That's amazing. Alright, so apparently somewhere here is some ammunition. Not sure what happened just then. Oh well. Let's add that to the gun. Or the cargo container attached to the gun. The gun should now have some stuff in it. I can then... Right. So that is a merge block. So when activated, the two pieces become as one. When deactivated, the two pieces become as two. It just so happens that this button both turns that merge block on and off as well as opens that thing. So should just be able to fly out now. So, anything else? No, that is apparently the end of that. Alright, let's keep this one and let's take it over to this combat scenario. Why does this ship have wheels on it? They're using wheels as connectors. That's kind of strange, but oh well. It looks cool, it's just... it's functionally weird. It's me actually shooting the gun. Alright. So again, even with the ships I can turn the inertial dampers off and look, I can look backwards. And it won't actually change the direction that I'm going because the dampers are off. I'm not using any energy. You'll see my energy usage in the bottom right has gone to 0. So there's two different things. Like in space you use ionic thrusters, which use electricity, energy. In atmospheres you'll often use hydrogen thrusters. You can use hydrogen thrusters in space. They still work because they propel matter out the rear of your engines. I need to turn the dampers off because I'm actually quite off target there. I need to be going that way. But yeah, to escape the atmosphere of a planet, in planets you can use atmospheric thrusters, which are like turbines, and they will actually push atmosphere. But to actually leave the atmosphere of a planet, you will need hydrogen thrusters because at some point you will actually... oh god. I'm gonna slow down. At some point you will actually run out of enough atmosphere, and the atmospheric thrusters won't have enough material, gas, to push against to actually accomplish anything. Oh, now I'm going to crash into it. Don't crash into it. Damn it. Now I will have damaged both my ship and this thing. And now it's spinning, which is also great. Oh well. I should be able to, if I'm really good. It appears to have mostly stopped spinning. I don't know how it did that, because it doesn't have thrusters. So it has a lot of mass, but my dampers are on, and I should eventually be able to slow it to a stop by using my ship. Alright, somewhere on this will be a button that tells me what to do. Ah, here we are. Alright, let's see what this says. Pirate station. These are often armed with automated turrets and drones. Destroy the drone. Alright. It's probably a good thing that I brought this ship with me then, isn't it? Now this is new to me. I don't normally do combat stuff, but I guess we'll find out. Hey. It's a bit zoomed out for my liking. Let's get in a little bit closer. Yeah, that's better. Considering how slow this thing is to slow down. Don't know how fast I really want to be going. I assume this drone's going to come for me when I get to a certain radius. It appears to be moving now, yes, so now it's coming. Let's see how hard it is to actually shoot these things down. Very hard, alright. I don't know if I'm even getting close to it. What's happening? Oh, that's a missile. And we are absolutely, utterly wiped out there. However, I happen to be clever, so let's mess up this drone the only way I know how. Nope, that didn't work either. Okay, so that's new to me. I don't know how that works exactly. I've respawned all the way over here. Wow, okay. I do know how to get home from here, so that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the missiles and the ammo, because on my platform there was another ship. That had weapons on it, and it had missiles, and I guess the missiles might be better. I don't really know. Combat is new to me, so this might be hard because I've never really done it before. I might fail at this a lot. Those slight hitchings that you see, now that you've taken care of the drone, I haven't taken care of the drone. I suppose I've probably killed enough of the drone to stop it attacking. Take out the station's defenses. Most turrets and weapons have an 800 meter maximum range, so I guess if we stay out of 800 meters and shoot at it. Alright, recharge all of that stuff. one of these was armed. This one doesn't have missiles. Why do I have missiles if it doesn't have missiles on it? Oh. They can hold very few. Whoops. Keep doing that by accident. Might work. We'll find out. I don't know why it's still so zoomed out. Let's zoom in a little bit. So it's near my body location, so we'll just go out there first. Again, dampers off, so that I can get to max speed and then not waste any electricity getting out there. Need to put my weapons on the toolbar so that I can activate those Gatling guns. Test that to make sure it's working. Then we need to get to to outside of 800 meters of the station and then shoot it down. Yeah, you can see that asteroid over there sort of popping into existence as I get close enough. Again, you can extend your visual range in the graphics settings. I didn't bother to do that because it's not what I was testing. I actually wanted to test the mesh, how much more detailed the mesh could be. Appears to be a lot of floating debris out here. I don't know what's going on with that. Must be the remains of my ship, I would guess. Alright, we'll start slowing down early. Why don't I see the pirates' base yet? Last time I could see it while I was close to the warning beacon. Ah, there we are. Alright, so we want to move towards that but not get too close. $800 meters out. How am I even going to be able to see the turrets from this far away? Certainly not any more apparent from the cockpit. At 800 meters out, they're not going to be much easier to see than they are now, I would guess. Maybe there will be, I don't know. Like I said, new to combat in this game. So it does have full combat. There is person-to-person combat. You can have get actual guns, as well as there are ship weapons. Warheads, you can make guided missiles if you spend the time to actually engineer a missile with all the thrusters it needs to direct itself, as well as the sensing equipment to actually find something to lock onto and then chase. You can make a guided missile. I've seen it done. You can also just make mines. So things that will, when something gets close, it'll just run towards it and then explode. Yeah, the game has options. If you're into PvP and PvE combat, there are options in this game for you to keep you entertained. Wow, it really does take an incredibly long time for this thing to slow down, hey? Alright, so let's get to about 0.9 Ks. Then I'll see if I can make out the turrets that I'm supposed to be shooting. Not really, hey. So they're there, apparently. What do I do? Just shoot at them and hope, I guess? No idea what I'm shooting at. Or if I'm hitting anything. Oh, so the turrets and weapons have a maximum 800 meter range. Does that mean mine do as well? So I can't hit until I'm within 800 meters? Let's see what happens. Are they firing at me? Firing actually pushes me backwards. Interesting. No idea whether this is having any effect whatsoever. Alright, I'm going to get out because I need to re-arm my Gatling guns with some more ammunition. And then I think we're just going to have to try and fly in at speed and attack. Wow, those things are really accurate. So that did not work at all. Nope, died. Well, no idea how I'm going to beat this scenario. Unless I build a ship with big missiles, that's just not going to happen. I don't know if this scenario includes everything I would need to build a ship with big missiles. I could go and find out. So I've got the big mining ship and I've got the big what's-his-face ship. So what I might do is modify one of those and see if I've got enough components to actually turn one of them into a missile cruiser that I can just launch missiles from distance and just blow that place to pieces. Might work. Alright, let's recharge everything first. Now, I don't have proper construction facilities here, because I don't have an assembler or a refinery, which means I'll have to build those first. This is going to be super hard. This is going to take a long time. Is it worth streaming it? Yes and no. It could be entertaining. Let's stream it. Why not? We'll try it. We'll try and make this happen. It's asking a lot for me to do this at all. I'm going to try and make it happen. All right. The construction ship or the mining ship? I like the construction ship more. So what I'm going to do... Let's see now. Weapons. Weapons. Block weapons. Rocket launcher. It's not nearly as big as I thought it was going to be, but that's alright. That should still work then. I might be able to get enough materials simply by cannibalizing the other ships, but we'll see. I still need a metal grid. What uses a metal grid? If I got any, can I make them? Might be able to just make them. I can't just make them. I'd have to build an assembler to do that. There's some in a small cargo container. Thank God for that. Right. 4 large steel tubes. Oh, I don't have any of those. What about them? Can I make them? No. Alright. Large steel tubes. Shouldn't this be made of large steel tubes? It is. Yep, that looks like the front. That looks like the back. Let us make a conveyor connection. Now, I'm not sure if you can connect a big one to a little one, but let's try, shall we? Right, somehow I need to get missiles. Was I clever enough to put the missiles in here? I wasn't, so those are floating with my body wherever. So I definitely need to at least make missiles, which means I need to make at least a basic assembler, if not a full assembler. So let's start with production blocks, and let's start with a basic assembler. So I don't think I'm going to have the components to make a full assembler. I do have the components to make a full assembler. Let's make a full assembler. It's quite a large thing. That's all attached, so let's attach it to this. Right. I'm probably not going to have enough of all the components that I need on hand. I might. But there's definitely going to be some bits missing. Need a lot more steel plates. I do have a lot more steel plates, so that's okay. Substantial amount more motors. Ten displays. Oh, I've got that. Need one more metal grid. Where am I going to find more metal grids? Definitely going to have to find that on this ship somewhere. Find a component that uses metal grids. If I'm lucky, there'll be one. If I'm unlucky, there won't. I think there isn't going to be one, is there? Dagnabbit, which means I'm going to have to construct a metal grid, which I can't do in here. What else uses metal grids? This large ship will probably have some for sure. No. 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 Surely something here uses metal grids. There we go. This cargo container does. Before I deconstruct this cargo container, was there anything in it? There was. Nothing super important, but let's take all that out anyway. What the hell is that? O2H2 generator, yeah, that's fine, cool. Oops. Right. Don't have enough computers yet. Do I have any more in my inventories? No, but the good thing is I should actually be able to make those in the survival kit. Which probably is going to mean dumping a buttload more rocks in, but, you know, that'll just take time and effort. Should be perfectly doable. Tell you what else I can deconstruct. Things like this. And this. So close. Ah, yeah, that's probably enough now. Ah, one. Right. So that is a full assembler from which I should be able to make... Oh. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get all of those things. So let's go back over here. Stop this wasting materials, because I don't need it to be wasting materials anymore. So blah, blah, blah. Right. It's inventory. Let's grab all of this. Move it all over here into this assembler. I might have to build a basic refinery as well. And then go looking for things. Now, if I remember correctly, the assembler can actually disassemble components as well, so maybe I don't. Maybe what I can do is I can disassemble some stuff. Like all of this. Gonna lower the mass of this ship by getting rid of some extraneous stuff. There's a lot of extraneous stuff on it, but oh well, look, there's only so much you can do.
Low.
Oh really? Oh, wasn't watching that. If I could just make a few rockets, this might all work out. Right, it's disassembled all of that it can. What about all these computers? Disassemble as many of these computers as you can, because I don't need many of them. What about... disassemble any of those that you have, and any of those that you have, and any of those that you have, and any of those that you have. Because didn't I dump a bunch of them in here? I did. I don't know why it's not pulling them through. It should do. Interesting. Yeah, we're getting there. Just putting together some bits and pieces. Don't know whether we'll get enough together to actually build any rockets, and we're going to need a few. 200mm missile container. Uranium ingot. I definitely don't have any uranium ingots. If anything's going to be good at finding uranium, it's going to be this mining ship. So before I destroy it any further... Does it even have an ore detector on it? I don't think it does. Maybe underneath? No. Turn on the batteries. Oh, it does. Okay, good. Gonna have to go looking for some uranium in some of these local asteroids. Alright, there's gold here. Iron ice, there's a bit of silver. Some more ice. There's that gold again. So I need to find uranium. Because without uranium, I'm not going to be able to build these missiles, and I need these missiles to accomplish this goal. Doesn't seem to be anything at all in this asteroid. Cobalt. Cobalt's good. Don't really need cobalt at the moment, but cobalt's good. I might grab some cobalt. I'm pretty sure cobalt's used in weapons. So I might just get in close enough to this to grab a bit. We'll actually need to then make a refiner at some point too in the first place. Yep, got enough cobalt there, that'll do for now. So I probably will have to make a refiner because I need to refine the uranium. So I need to find another... Well, that was the mining outpost. Maybe there was uranium where the mining outpost was. Let's go have a look. Jeez, this thing's heavy. Takes super long to accelerate and super long to slow down. Could... How does one dump the stone? Put it in the connector. Then go to control panel, go to the connector, and throw out. That work as I think it works? I think it does. So I think I can load that up and then temporarily and it'll throw things away for me, which is good because that'll reduce the weight of the ship. Can I just leave that on? All right. Now if I turn that off, now the ship doesn't weigh so much. Alright, so there's iron on this rock for sure. Anything else? Just iron. Nickel. Need uranium. Without uranium, we are stuck. Silicon. More iron. There's that nickel again. No, I don't think there's any uranium on this asteroid. Another asteroid, hey? Something close by. Maybe on that construction platform one, maybe on that construction facility one. I've been to that one? Don't know, let's go try that one. So I could go to the jump drive task, but I don't think I can complete this scenario without completing all parts of the scenario, so... The hell is that one? Can't read it properly. Observation post. Task. A birderization. Something-arization. Don't know. There's no real indication of what that actually is. Can't tell because the blue thing is over the top of the orange thing, so I'd have to go over there to find out. Advanced production facility. There's another one out there as well. This is insane. How many actual things do they expect me to do? There does not appear to be anything in this asteroid. Maybe that one. That asteroid is really far away. So what I will do is I'll actually put the ship to glide past the asteroid so I don't collide with it, turn the dampers off, and then crank up the speed. I know this thing takes forever to slow down, so I need to decide when to turn the dampers back on. And that's about now, because this thing takes forever to slow down, so... Let's just give it a few more seconds. That'll do. Now it's trying really, really, really hard to slow down. Again, I could actually turn the ship around and use the all those reverse thrusters, which will slow me down a lot faster. Okay, that's not too bad. We got pretty close to the asteroid without ramming into it. Now when I get close enough to scan it without ramming into it, let's see if we can find some uranium. Really need that uranium. Also need platinum, but I think I might be able to get platinum out of other things. But uranium, I know that nothing is really constructed using uranium except the weapons. Why is that cobalt not showing up? There we go, cobalt. Good. No, I don't think this has got anything in it. I think this is just a big empty asteroid. A little bit of cobalt in it and that's it. Also, the range on a ore detector is pretty low. I don't know if that can be increased or not. Iron thrusters, ore detector 4. Range. I don't know if that actually does anything. I don't think that's how that works. I think that's to do with antennas. So antennas can relay signals, so anything with an antenna can connect to anything else with an antenna, and they can relay their signals from one to the other. Can go inside this asteroid and find out. Might be some inside. Let's go have a look. We won't go too far, because otherwise I might not be able to get back out again. I'm already brushing the roof as it is. Oh. It's actually quite hollow. But I'm also not detecting anything, so I think we have to go back out again and call this one a bust. What about that one? Got to find uranium. Without uranium, we're stuck, and I would have to restart this scenario to make better use of the materials I'm given early. Because one of the big things is basically that I lost the few missiles the game does give you. So if I was to restart, I could make better use of those by constructing a missile ship that can stay outside of range of the facility and destroy the turrets from range using those missiles. And it may come to that. I may have to do that. Considering how many tasks there actually appear to be, I don't think I'm going to manage to finish this scenario in a single sitting on this stream as I'd hoped. I think that might actually be beyond my capabilities. Alright, that looks like cobalt again, but that might be a little uranium pocket there. Probably not. It doesn't really look like a uranium pocket. It's the wrong color. It looks like cobalt again. Cobalt. Magnesium, I was wrong. Grab just a little bit of magnesium. Magnesium is used in explosives. Gotta find uranium. Where am I gonna find uranium? That looks like a big patch of uranium. Uranium is black stuff. That looks a lot like that. Well, in this game anyway. Ah, silicon. So close. And yet so far. Yeah, for all I know there's stuff buried deep within this asteroid, but yeah, I don't have the ability to spend time digging through it. I could maybe get the materials together to construct a larger ore. Let's do that. That's actually a workable idea. So that large ship that I have, I can just construct a large ore detector on that, and that will be able to scan basically an entire asteroid much easier because the ore detector is so much bigger. Assuming that I can get together the materials I need to construct an ore detector that big. Once again, critical path analysis. I don't know whether that I'm going to be able to construct an ore detector that big. That itself might be a near impossibility. I don't know. But it has a greater chance for success than spending my time scanning around with this tiny ship whose ore detector range is so small. Alright, so for now, okay, so an ore detector, that comes under... I have no idea what block that comes under. Let's go to all blocks and see if I can find it. I know what it looks like, so it shouldn't be that hard. Of course, I don't see it here. Might be under one of the pluses, I don't know. No, it's not under any of those. Ah, there it is. Why is it doing that? Oh, it can't actually be attached to that, right. So I want to put it there. I need a lot of steel plates. Let's start with a lot of steel plates. Construction components, motors, and computers. Oh, short on computers already, I know that much. But that's alright, I've got enough silicon in the assembler to probably construct 25 computers for sure. Should easily be able to do that. I actually deconstructed a whole bunch of them already, but yeah, I should be able to assemble. Don't have enough iron, don't have enough nickel, uranium, platinum, or magnesium. Oh no, I've got magnesium now. I don't have any platinum. I can get nickel and I can get iron. Let's... $25, wasn't it? I don't know why it's constructing one there. I don't know what happened. Sometimes it does this weird thing. It's alright. Let's It's okay. It doesn't matter that the interface had a weird glitch. Right, 20 detector components. That is going to be a weird one because I have no idea what they are made of. There they are. Ah, nickel. Well, that's not that bad. I should be able to get nickel. So let's see. They've got enough iron. I just need a crap load of nickel. Which means I need to build a basic refiner. God damn. Alright. More critical path analysis. Right, so basic refiner. How do I do that? Don't think I'll need the full size one. I think the basic one will do. Need steel plates. Need some of that, some of that, some of that, a few other things. A lot more steel plates. Some more computers. And I need a lot more iron. So the only way to do that at the moment is to actually use my survival kit, which means I need rocks. Ah, I actually have a better way of getting rocks than this. Oh, can actually get iron as well, but I don't have any what's-his-face yet, so anyway. This is currently my only way of getting iron. But should slowly produce steel plates. This is going to take forever. But it will work, eventually. We'll also occasionally produce a detector component. Freaking see anything. That'll be better. Better angle. Alright, let's land the ship again. Ah, so now because the power's off, I can't actually use the conveyors, can I? Oh well, should be alright. Should work, should work. We'll see what happens. Oh geez, this is going to take forever. So I need to, can actually do it from here. Simply turn that and that on. So yeah, so this thing produces these basic ores from stone, or these basic ingots from stone. In different ratios, and as a result periodically the assembler, which is all the way over on the other side, will actually have enough nickel to create another ore thingy as well. So I could just use this alone to create just the ore detector components, but I'd rather actually finish this refinery as well because it might come in handy. I don't know. It might. It's enough of a might to be worth. So we just keep dumping stone into the survival kit until such time as the refiner is finished, at which point, or at least workable. At some point the refiner will actually be capable of refining material, and then I can actually get iron ore rather than, and nickel ore rather than use this stone to produce iron and nickel. But for now this works. It's not the best way of doing it, but it works. And that should actually do it. It's now functional. And now it'll start churning out iron like nobody's business. Put all that stone in there. Magnesium, more of this stone. So I'm pretty sure a basic refinery can refine everything. It just doesn't do it very efficiently, and it cannot be, its efficiency can't be upgraded. Whereas the larger refinery has upgrade points, so you can actually upgrade the efficiency of the refinery. Somewhere here, detector components should be continuously produced for a while now. So I'm still short on nickel. Is it nickel? Nickel. So I should be able to get lots and lots of iron fast enough. It'll be nickel that I'm not getting enough of. So now there was a nickel around here somewhere. I just don't remember where. One of these asteroids had nickel on it, didn't it? I don't think it was the ones close to the base. Yeah, gold, ice. And I think there was silicon or silver in here as well. Yeah, silver. So I need to find nickel. So was that... Let's go try this construction facility, because that's really close. But yeah, I can find some nearby nickel. Well, then we'll basically be done. Can do the big ore detector, and then we can use that to go and find some uranium. Just need a little bit of nickel. Doesn't seem to be any on this platform. Where's that mining facility? I reckon that thing's battery must have run out. That's why I can't see the mining facility anymore. There might not be any battery left on that station, wherever it is. There's a bunch of other rocks here. Didn't try this rock. Let's try this rock for some nickel. I'll laugh if I find uranium first. Cobalt. I think I remember this one. We picked up some cobalt and moved on. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything except cobalt here. Oh no, there's the mining outpost, so it does still have enough energy left. It's just... its beacon doesn't transmit at a high range. So I think this was mostly iron, but I'm almost certain that on one side of it... So there's just some little rocks floating in space. Wow. There's the nickel. That's right, there was nickel somewhere. It's below the surface? No, there it is. I can get at it from here. Beautiful. We'll just grab a butt ton of nickel. Should be plenty for my purposes. We can head back to the platform. You know what else I don't think I bothered to check? What components are left on that construction ship, because isn't there a bunch, or have I already done that? Maybe I already did it and I don't remember doing it. Did I? No, there's still some components left, but nothing major, so I won't worry too much about that. Can I access that without... It's a conveyor junction. No, medium cargo containers contained right within the middle of the ship, so no, I can't. Alright, but from here, I should be able to grab a whole crap load of nickel ore and dump that in there. Ah, there is a limit to how much this can hold. Put that back for now. That should actually be enough, because I should be churning out detector components at a good rate now. Apparently there's still not enough iron either. That's alright. I can fix that by hand. Whoa. Alright, let's do this. Move that stone back here. Iron back to the front of the queue again. Is that working? Yes. What is going on? Where is the assembler's inventory? Right. The nickel back to the front. Alright, so it takes about 8 kilograms of nickel to produce one detector component by the looks of things. Still need 5 more of those. Nearly there, and this is only so that we can go looking for uranium. And then I'm still going to have to work out how to get all the rest of the things that I need to make missiles. And then I'm going to have to actually go over there and shoot missiles at this base. And hope that I can destroy the what's-his-faces from range, the turrets from range. One more. There we go, right. So, nickel. Uranium's the hard one, platinum's the hard one, magnesium should be fine. I've got magnesium already. Let's get it to start processing some of that. Right. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the miner with me. So, to do that, I'm basically going to attach it somewhere. That's a pretty good spot. There we go. Yes, I want to turn the engines off because I don't want them to be affecting this ship. Can those be lifted? Cover walls, no. Oh, well, anyway. Alright. Oh, this is off, that's why. Turn the power on with Y. Huh. Why didn't that work? The hydrogen generator is no longer connected to the O2H2 generator because the cargo container was removed. I can replace that cargo container with a conveyor system. Thusly, you need interior plates, so now I have to do a bit more construction yet again. But I should manage that. Some interior plates, probably some of that, maybe some of that. Don't know what else we'll need, I guess we'll find out. Construction components and small steel tubes. I think that'll work, I'm not sure. Yay. Don't know why I can't close these doors anymore. Now, you need a block to pass power. Perhaps that's the problem. There's nothing actually passing power from this front to this back. So what I'm going to do is chop the head off the spaceship. God damn it, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Oh no, that's okay. It's fine. It's totally fine. Need more of those. Why weren't the doors closed? Why is it still offline? Hydrogen power generator is on. It's not producing anything. Why not? There's no... Inventory of O2H2 generator, yeah. So did the ice go somewhere? Trying to see down the side of the conveyor tube, and I can't, of course. Hydrogen engine. I think maybe it just ran out of ice. Still producing nothing. Oxygen tank is filled. Where's the O2H2 generator? Why is it not on here? Has it somehow been disconnected? It totally has. I've somehow totally turned this into two separate ships. And I don't know how to reconnect them or why they're no longer connected. What in the world? They're physically connected. Why won't they act connected? Well, that destroys that whole thing, because now I don't know what I've done or how I've done it. That's insane. These two ships' parts are physically connected to each other. Aren't they? They certainly look like they are. I should be able to pass power from one to the other. Oh no. Yeah, they're not physically connected. Look at that. So, this entire part of the ship is not connected to that part of the ship. So, this whole thing is a waste. Look, anyway, I think we'll call it there. Now that we've had another embarrassing mistake. Let's just scream off into the distance and see what happens. So that's been Space Engineers. It is an excellent game, an excellent voxel game. You can make big mistakes like I just made, but nothing that's unrecoverable from. What I would then have to do is actually deconstruct the entire front half of the ship and rebuild it back onto the rear half of the ship, which would take ages, but is doable. It's like It's like when you build something really cool in Minecraft and it's all being supported by one thing. Let's say it's all made out of, I don't know, no. Minecraft isn't appropriate because Minecraft, you can float blocks in midair. Well, any game that has structural stability. Oh, hydrogen thrusters, that's what that one's about. And then jump drives. Don't know what else there is. There must be even more tasks out here. But yeah, look, the game has a lot to offer. It has so many different modes, different kinds of play, PvE, PvP, multiplayer. You can find tons of servers live. You can find Discords where you can join up with like-minded players and work out what kind of Space Engineers experience you want to have. The game's been in production by very active developers
Energy low.
Since 2014. It plays well. It's virtually bug-free. It looks pretty amazing. The physics are extremely well simulated. The lighting effects are extremely well simulated. A modern computer doesn't have any problems with it, and you can turn the settings right down and play it on a reasonably sized potato. It can't be an absolute and utter total potato, but yeah, you know, you can play it on some things. It's coming to Xbox. I don't know what else it's coming to or what else it's even on. I know it's on Steam. It might be on other things. I believe it's on other, like, Unity, not Unity, what's the Unreal store called? Epic. Might be on the Epic's game store. Look, I'm not sure about all the other stores. Anyway, it's on Steam. It's coming to Xbox. It's great. I enjoy it. I've enjoyed it since the game came out in 2014 in early access. I played it back then when there was, you know, like a total of 50, 60 blocks to actually play with. And already some of those blocks were physics blocks. Like, I didn't even show you things like rotors and hinges. And then there are programmable blocks which you can write scripts to, like actually write scripts to. The game supports Steam Workshop, so you can make mods and things quite easily. There are all sorts of amazing things that you can do with it, amazing challenges that you can either set yourself or like these scenarios where the challenge is set for you and you have to try to actually conquer them. Some of them are combat-orientated scenarios, some of them are just survival-orientated scenarios. Absolutely excellent game. I'm surprised it's taken me this long to stream it or to put a video or something of it on my channel, but now there is one. We are just screaming off into the distance. There is a planet all the way over there, but I'm not going to reach that without a jump drive. I'm also heading sideways to it. Let's turn my dampers on and actually head directly to it. Not that it'll make any difference, because I'll never reach it. I'll die before I reach it. A great game made by a good bunch of people.
Energy critical.
That do seem to give a damn. They constantly doing updates. There are patches for things, bugs that they find. Like I said, there are DLCs out. The DLCs are cosmetic. It's not pay to win. They've never done that. They've never locked any of the major game content behind DLC. I will say there is one, maybe two scenarios now that are part of the DLC, but that's because they actually are themed in the DLC. So one of them is, for example, Frostbite. The entire thing takes place on a snowy world. So the whole Frostbite theme is to do with snowy stuff. And as a result, the Frostbite DLC is... the scenario that comes with that is on the snowy world. And in fact, I'm not even sure that it is. I think you can still play the scenario without that. Let's exit to the main menu and find out. No, because we won't keep that one since I've messed it up. I do want to know, but I think you can actually still play the Frostbite scenario without owning the Frostbite DLC. There's about 5 or 6 DLCs now. As I said, they're almost entirely cosmetic. they're nice cosmetics as well. If you want them, I do highly recommend them. I'm thinking of buying the Future Tech one, Future Works one, I forget what it's called, but it's got neons, and I don't know, neon lights is cool. There are an assortment of lights in the game. If you want to spend time working with your lighting in your world and on your ships to make them look cool, I do when I've gotten to, I'm super comfortable in my survival world and now I'm just kitting out my ships to make them look sick. Then I will actually sit down and start doing the lighting. And one of the things that I would love to add to the lighting is to have neons, and the Future World DLC or whatever it's called does add those neons. It is just barely possible that the game has, now that I've told you it's really good and it's almost bug-free, crashed. But I'm not sure, because sometimes it does take a long time to load a world, and sometimes it does take a long time to unload a world, because there are a lot of materials and meshes within the world that the game is keeping track of. So it might, use up a lot of RAM or whatever. However, it may have crashed. I'm really not sure. At which point, well, I guess we won't be looking to see this time whether the Frostbite scenario is free or whether it actually you need the DLC to play that scenario. But look, even if you do, I think they're like $5-6 Australian. That's like $2.50 American, if that. I don't actually know what the pricing is. Sometimes things are actually priced differently depending on where in the world you are. So, for example, sometimes the DLC is $5 no matter what your currency is, which actually means Americans get ripped off because Australians are paying like $2 American. But $5 American isn't a lot of money either. All right, let's have a look. New game. Ah, yes. So the Frostbite DLC scenario is locked behind the Frostbite DLC. But it's the only one. All the other scenarios aren't. And like I said, there's the workshop. You can go and get stuff that people have made. And there are all these custom games that are some of the best experiences in my, as far as I'm concerned anyway. Crashed Red Ship and Lone Survivor have been there since the very, very beginning. Crashed Red Ship, the ship is partially functional, but it's smacked into an asteroid. And you have to start from there. So bits of the ship are still working. You can still recover your energy and oxygen and stuff like that using the ship systems. But it's not going anywhere because it's smacked into an asteroid and half of it's destroyed. And Lone Survivor is just a platform with a refinery and an assembler. And that's it. And you've got to start from there and start constructing your own ships to go out and explore the asteroid belt. I personally am really into Star System at the moment because the actual planets were a 3, 4, 5 years ago, I don't remember how long ago, but a more recent addition, and they work like planets. They have differing levels of gravity. Some of them have oxygen, some of them don't. There are moons. Getting to all the planets and establishing a base on each planet within the star system is amazing. You need jump drives to do it because the distances between the planets are massive. They are astronomical distances, literally, billions of kilometers or thousands. I don't know what the distance between between planets actually are in real life, but they're far enough in this game that you can't do it with a normal drive. We're talking like aim it at a planet, hit, accelerate, get to your max speed, and then wait for hours, days, or build a jump drive, which is, part of the game's progression system. So yeah, that's it's pretty much everything I wanted to show you. I could show you more. There are other things that I didn't get around to, but let's see how long this takes to load. Oh, not very long. Yeah, you can customize your character with stuff. You get some cosmetics when you buy the DLCs, and some cosmetics are the ones that, like these leopard skin boots and the leopard suit and crocodile suit, you get via random drops in game. So you just have to play the game to get some of these. The only exception is the medieval suit, medieval gloves, medieval boots. Those are special ones that where's the medieval helmet? There it is. Why is that not actually showing? There we go. That I obtained by owning medieval engineers as well. But yeah, look, the game's got a lot. If you like the survival crafting genre and you're looking for something a little more space-aged, this one is absolutely amazing. It's fantastic. It's great to play with friends. It has a little bit of a learning curve, but the tutorials mostly hold your hand. There are great videos out there. You can post questions on the Steam forums. People are generally helpful in the Space Engineers groups. Everybody seems to be interested in making sure that this is a great game and a great experience for anyone. And yeah, like I said, it's out now on Xbox. I didn't know whether it was coming or it's out now, or how long it's been out. This could be really old for all I know. But that's going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Hope you enjoyed this video if you're watching it later. Space Engineers is excellent. I do recommend checking it out if you've got a few bucks to spare. If you did like the video, hit the like button. That's what it's there for. If you'd like to find more of my videos and content, hit that subscribe button. Makes it nice and easy to find the channel. And if you'd like to know when I upload a new video or when I go live, hit that notification button, because I don't have a set schedule. It's all over the place. I do it whenever I feel like it. Sometimes I'll upload a video at 3 in the morning because I'm awake and I just finished editing it. Might as well upload it now. Sometimes I'll go live first thing when I get up in the morning. Sometimes I'll do it last thing before I go to bed at night. So that notification button really is the best thing to do if you're interested in my content and consuming it as soon as it arrives. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.